But you're not.
What are you doing?
You're not a guest.
Help! No hands, or you will be sued so fast.
But you're not, are you doing? You're not a guess. Help. No hands, or you will be sued so fast. The Ritz-Carlton, Sarasota, Florida. A man named Robert Wade. But he doesn't want to be Robert Wade. He wants to be Chippewa, a proud member of a tribe that doesn't exist. He's not a guest. He has no room. He has no credentials. But he has a claim. Silver Platinum Elite. Lifetime status. Pre-merger. He has a place in the jacuzzi. And he has absolutely no intention of leaving. This is the moment entitlement meets the hard edge of a trespass warning. But this isn't just about a hot tub. It's about the cognitive dissonance between what people believe they deserve and what the law actually requires. A refusal to comply with a simple request. An escalation that demands a response. And a police department forced to decide, how far do we take this?
Actually, thank you for that. I hope you don't have hepatitis.
You don't have to drag me down there like that.
Let's go. You keep resisting, you're going to be face down on this ground. You understand me? Actually, stop. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you.
No one's going to give you a discount, okay? So you can either leave.
Howdy, how are you? So, what's going on? Listen, I want this guy trespassed today. Okay, and I no longer want him on the property ever again. Make that clear to him. I think anyone else who's actually employed here, young man, could say what out. Is he a guest here?
All right.
No.
Envoy, all in unison, if you know where we are and who manages and owns this property, please go ahead. On the count of three, where are...
Sir, I will say if you do get out of the hot tub, just rogue the Seminoles. If you do not get out of the hot tub, we will OC spray you. Somebody call NPR Guardian. Somebody call somebody with a higher IQ. But just call corporate. There it is. The moment the fiction breaks. I'm a guest. I have lifetime status. You don't know who I am. But the police don't care about status. They care about compliance. They gave him a warning. They gave him a chance. And then they gave him the final option. Either get out or get sprayed. The officer even went through the count.
And when it comes time for accounting, that's also fully automated. Odoo can create invoices, track expenses, and even summarize data with AI to save you hundreds of hours. You know what the best part is? You can choose your apps and even build custom workflows, so it's all fully...
Do you know where you are right now? Holy sh... I'd be correct in saying it might be your stutter 100-year anniversary of little... I'm going to say please, right? I'm going to use the nice word please. I see the northern, maybe Milanesque. Can you come out? He's stalling. He's rambling. He's citing business school marketing professors and resort anniversaries. But the officer is still patient, still trying to de-escalate, still using the magic word, please. Can you come out? That's the line. That's the last moment where this could have ended with a walk, not a cuff. But Robert Wade doesn't walk. He waits. He negotiates. He pretends he's in charge. And that's when the officers pivot. That's when they stop asking and stop doing. The patience isn't infinite. The law isn't optional. And once you cross that line, you don't get to go back. I have radial nerve damage. I have Indian in me. I'm a proud Jewish American. That's the portfolio of a man building a defense. But none of it matters. The only thing that matters is the trespass notice. And he ignored it.
Somebody watch him on the way out.
All right, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Shouldn't be doing that.
Shouldn't be doing this.
Let's try and walk away.
Did you answer a single one of my questions? So, for all you know...
I'm sorry, spray him until he wants to come out? No way! Am I gonna get one? You want a coffee? I'll get you a sink. I'll get you a... What do you say? What's the best place to meet? You get me a hazelnut? I'll get you a hazelnut. Absolutely. And you have to come out now. He's bargaining for hazelnut coffee. He's stalling for time. But the officers aren't playing games. they're moving into enforcement mode. And that's the moral refrain of this entire video. The law does not negotiate with your fiction. Say it again. The law does not negotiate with your fiction. One more time for the people in the back. The law does not negotiate with your fiction. Robert Wade thought his story was strong enough to override the legal reality. It wasn't. And that's the gap this channel exposes. What people claim versus what the documents show. What people say versus what the evidence proves. The officers didn't debate his status. They didn't run his lifetime membership. They enforced the trespass. They secured the property. They upheld the law. And Wade? He went to jail.
I'm close to we got nowhere.
You're going.
Auschwitz! They're doing it!
Here, hold on, I'm gonna.
Just water. Just if I want to put me in an oven. You're the help! Jewish Americans, we cook the land! Convoy! I'm SPG Legacy! 404,000 left points! Last name WAYT! How's your police chief? What happened to his daughter? What happened to his daughter?
My name's Chip Waugh of Silver Platinum Elite. Silver Platinum Elite Bonvoy. I'm being human trafficked. I have Chippewa Indian in me. I'm a proud Jewish American. Grew up here part-time with my tax-evading parents and have loved coming to the ranch ever since it opened in... What year was it? Anyone? I don't know. You probably know more than I do at this point. He's in handcuffs. He's in a squad car. And he's still performing. Human trafficking, tax evasion, Bonvoy corporate. It's a desperate scramble to rewrite reality. But the charges are straightforward. Trespassing, resisting without violence. And 3 months later, the state of Florida did something unusual. They dropped the charges after Wade was found incompetent to stand trial. That's the unanswered question. If he was incompetent then, why was he allowed to be in a hotel jacuzzi in the first place? Where was the intervention before the police had to intervene? That's the system gap. That's the space between what the law can do and what society actually needs.
Try to wash her down.
Alright, let's watch her. Yeah.
But defecating in public is not a crime. It's when you actually show your genitals, which nobody reported that. But you still have...
Yeah, but you have a...
Hello? What? I have to go back. I'm gonna be sick in my stomach. What was that? I'm gonna be sick in my stomach. For what? I don't know. I've been sick for days. I don't know if it's the food they're eating or what. Are you using the bathroom out here in public, or... I did earlier because they're pissing me off in the stalls. Now we're in West Palm Beach, a commercial parking lot. Amy Littell, 45 years old, and she's been defecating near her car, in public, in front of a store, with...
I don't want her to be able to hop this curb and kill anybody.
But I'm saying when we come to it, are we going to do the passenger so she's on the driver's side?
No, because we're gonna put the pepper ball. Get right up on her so she has no room to wiggle out of there.
All right, I'll move up a little bit.
Yeah.
Record. Yeah, my camera's already on.
Amy!
Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office.
She's not shaking now. Watch yourself, guys. Come out of the car!
I haven't seen a psychiatrist in months. You know, I've not seen a psychiatrist since December? Since December? Yep. Okay. Do you need to go to the hospital to talk to one, or? Perfect. Let's go to a hospital. I still have meds. Okay. I'm just worried about you. Let's go to a hospital. Officer, would you like to go to a hospital? No? Okay. Well, should we go to a hospital? Because he said you haven't talked to somebody in a couple months, so I'm just offering that service. The officer offers help. A hospital. A psychiatrist. A way out. But Littell refuses. She doesn't want the system's help. She wants to stay in the parking lot. She wants the right to stay. And that's the tragedy. She's been failed by the system, but she's also refusing the system's intervention. The officer is trapped. He can't force her into care, but he can enforce the law.
Janata, now in handcuffs, appears to be still somewhat cooperative despite a little sobbing, but the situation just goes downhill from here.
Let me go smoke a cigarette, please. I need one. Buddy! Buddy!
So, defecating in public is illegal. I do not want to arrest you, okay? I'm telling you this right now, so please don't let them. What about peeing or changing a shirt? Doesn't matter. You're defecating in public. That is illegal. Peeing, pooping, doesn't matter what it is. Everything's illegal. That's Littell's summary. It's almost a philosophical point. If everything is illegal, then nothing is unfair. But the law isn't about fairness. It's about order. It's about public health. It's about property rights. The officer explains it clearly. You can't defecate in the parking lot. You can't leave trash everywhere. You can't create a biohazard. That's not a matter of opinion. That's a matter of statute. And when Littell refused to leave, she made a choice. She said, "You're going to have to arrest me." That's a direct challenge, and the officer tried to avoid it. But when she started ramming her car into police vehicles, the calculus changed. That's the moment the law required a response. Pepper balls, forced extraction, jail. The charges were eventually dropped, but the confrontation was real, and the outcome was inevitable.
That's where I live. I go either straight to work or if I can't, straight to the gym. So if you see it's big, my apologies. That's why.
The bag's fine.
You know, and then I don't know if that's maybe what's the problem was. I come out the bathroom, the lady's like, "Hi, how are you?" I'm like, "Hi, how you doing?" I'm thinking it's just a formal conversation, and she asked me, "Who's your teacher?" It's like, no. So he said, "Do you know teacher? Who's your something teacher?" I'm like, "Teacher who?" And she walked out the bathroom.
Was she? Do you recognize her from when you enrolled here?
I did not.
No,
I don't think
I don't want to do this. Let me go turn these cuffs off. Can't do that. We're going to get in a nice air-conditioned car right here. Mom, we're going to take all your stuff with you. Hey, buddy, let's go. We're going to walk over here. I want my belongings. Look, he's going to grab your belongings. It's all going to go with you. Mommy, help me. Sarasota again. Deborah Janata, 57 years old. She's been drinking from an open container at a bus stop. She's been concealing a beer can and vodka in her purse. She's been told she's under arrest. And she starts crying. Mommy, help me. That's the emotional crack. But the officer is calm. He's professional. He's still trying to be human. We're going to get in a nice air-conditioned car. He's not the enemy. He's the problem.
And officers are dispatched to a clothing store after a customer reportedly refused to leave.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
So I had this lady here. She was trying to buy merchandise. Unfortunately, I cannot give her a discount. She said her brother, I have to follow Ross policy. She does not want to leave the store, and I'm going to have to trespass her.
Okay. Ma'am.
You spit on me. In my face, actually. Thank you for that. I hope you don't have hepatitis. You don't have to drag me down there like that. Let's go. Keep resisting, you're going to be faced out on the ground. You understand me? The officer's response is controlled, forensic. Thank you for that. I hope you don't have hepatitis. That's not anger. That's evidence. He's documenting. He's building a case. But the real question is, why did Janata spit? Was it mental illness? Was it desperation? Was it pure defiance? We don't know. But the law doesn't require us to know. It only requires a response. She's now facing felony battery charges. She's going to jail. Not because she was homeless or struggling or sick, because she committed a violent act against an officer performing a lawful duty. That's the unanswered question at the core of this entire video.
I will give you my ID. You're gonna charge me for not giving you my ID.
So that means you can't buy the clothes, so you need to leave.
My boyfriend.
Then you can call your boyfriend and tell him to purchase the clothes when he comes to work, if he still has a job after this nonsense.
It is nonsense. You guys like.
No, the way you're acting is nonsense. You're a grown woman. You need to walk out and leave so you don't go to jail. Have you ever been to jail before?
Okay, I'm not gonna go to jail. If I'm gonna go to jail, can you please talk this through? Like, what can I do? What else can I do? There's gotta be. There's gotta be.
Hey, miss, so the college, they want you to go. Are you a student here? I use a computer, like, usually on the weekends. What's the problem? Why do I have to go? That's just what that's what they're asking you to have you do. And say you're up there bathing, doing whatever you're doing, which is fine. They just want you to leave for today, or just leave for now. I'm not bathing up. I'm fixing my hair. How is that bathing? Altamont Springs, Seminole State College. Latia Hill. She's not a student. She's using the restroom. She's washing. She's fixing her hair. But the staff says she's bathing. And the security guard asks her to leave. But Hill won't go. She demands a reason. She demands proof. She demands justification. And that's the core conflict of this.
Video editing is done by Andrew Zuckerman. I'm Jesse Weber. We'll see you next week.
How are you going to kick somebody off the property when they didn't do anything? Just leave. Stop dragging me down the steps like that. Are you going to walk? Okay. You don't have to drag me down there like that. Let's go. They don't give you no right to do that, sir. You know you're right. Don't do that. Let's go, please. Okay, sir, stop grabbing me down the steps like your own from the Oscar. He will go to jail for resisting. That's the moment. They don't give you no right to do that, sir. But they do. The law gives them the right to use reasonable force to effect a lawful arrest. Hill is not leaving. She's resisting. She's pulling away. So the officer takes her to the ground. That's not brutality. That's compliance. But Hill sees it as aggression. She demands a justification she's not legally entitled to. That's the irony. She's arguing about rights she doesn't have, while ignoring the obligations she does. That's the gap. That's the cognitive dissonance. And that's what leads to the handcuffs.